What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is about to launch in a couple of days from the time I'm making this video, and the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is already out, and you're probably or maybe thinking which phone you should get. I've done a similar video to this where I was like, hey, should you get the S23 Ultra / S24 Ultra, or should you get the iPhone 15 Pro Max? And we're gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna tell you which phone is better for which. So let's get into it. Now, the iPhone 15 Pro Max does not have a SIM card. It has an eSIM. This has eSIM and physical SIM. So I think this is the winner because it's seemingly somewhat easier to just take out the SIM card from one phone and put it into another phone. So that potentially might be a big reason for you, but physical SIM card and eSIM both in the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Galaxy Z Fold 5 has DEX Mode, so you can either wirelessly or plug this in USB-C and then plug it into a monitor or TV, and you have a desktop-like experience with this. Now, it's built into their tablets as well, and you can use it directly on the tablet without having to export the screen. But on the Z Fold 5, again, you can hook up a keyboard and a mouse and use it just like a computer. So if you love you being able to use this as a phone, but also as a workstation, totally possible. Browsing the web, seeing so much more on this bigger display versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I think is amazing. And then you have tabbed browsing at the top, just like you would on a computer to give you that desktop mode environment. I think that's unstoppable. I love going to websites on this. The other thing is with this big display is multiple things. Reading books. This is like the perfect screen size for reading an ebook. You know, load up your Kindle app or whatever app that you use. Look at that. Look how amazing that is to read a book on. It's literally the perfect ebook reader, and you carry it everywhere you go, have it be on a plane or walking or whatever. Well, yeah, you can walk and read, right? But awesome ebook reader as well. Multitasking, something you cannot do on an iPhone. This is amazing. I can open up multitude of windows. I can open up easily 4 windows. One's a floating, 3 are right in here. So you can see I'm looking at the Play Store, I'm watching a video, and then I'm surfing the web. But imagine doing social media and a video, or social media and some work, all on the same thing. You can switch it. You can save these as favorites if you want. You can flip them around if you want. So I can start flipping these, you know, I like it like that better, whatever. You can keep flipping it and change the windows if you want. It's awesome. So if you're a big multitasker, Galaxy Z Fold 5 for the win. Now you have this giant screen, but since it's a foldable phone, you also have the same experience, but in a smaller form factor on the outside. So if you want to make it completely hand holdable, it's very, very nice. And then you also open up into this huge display so that you can do even more stuff. So it's up to you. You can hold this one-handed, or like I do with a pop socket, or two-handed, or close it up and just use it one-handed. So great one-handed and two-handed experiences on this device. I don't have it because I'm not a big user of it, but it does have S Pen support. So if you love taking notes, handwritten notes, drawing, doing whatever on here, you can do that with the Z Fold 5. It is an extra purchase, but it's not a crazy expensive purchase. You can get their like case that has the S Pen with it, and you have it tucked right in. It's easy to grab, and again, you can take notes, you can draw, you can control the phone with it. It's a really cool experience. Gaming, come on, dude. On this huge display, it's so much fun. Play Fortnite. You can't play Fortnite on the iPhone unless you stream it from the cloud. You can do this. I mean, I don't have it loaded up, but you can literally play Fortnite on this. Download it, install it, and it works on your Galaxy device. And also, like I said, you can play games full screen. It is an awesome experience on here to be able to do stuff like that. So if you're a big gamer, doing it on this huge display is much more fun than on the little tiny weeny, well, it's kind of tiny weeny, iPhone 15 Pro Max. Galaxy Z Fold 5 can charge in a multitude of ways, from wireless charging at 15 watts. It can charge wired at 25 watts, and you can also charge devices on the back of this. So if you wanted to charge your friend's iPhone or a pair of buds or a watch, you can do that with their power wireless sharing, something that the iPhone does not have. If you love to customize your phone, Samsung's really top notch. If you want to change the sounds, if you want to change the icons, the colors of everything, the backgrounds, there's a ton of like little things in here that you can change before you even get into this app, which is Good Lock. Customization is huge on the Galaxy device, and you can really bite down and get into the nitty-gritty, and it can be fun for someone. If you don't care about that, leave it the way it is and you're also fine. What about the iPhone? Now, this is a 14 Pro Max, but the iPhone 14 or 15 Pro Max is probably going to take some better videos and photos than the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Z Fold 5 has like a kind of, for Samsung anyway, a mid-range camera setup. It's the same camera setup as their S23 and S23 Plus, but still, it does take good photos and videos, but probably not as good as the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So that would be one thing that you'd get, is better cameras and videos with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Social media apps, especially in the camera department, usually work better as well with iPhones, and the 15 Pro Max should probably carry on that tradition. Battery life, that's a tough one because iPhones usually get good battery life, but the 15 Pro Max, people aren't speaking super highly of. They're saying it's getting a little bit less battery life. The Z Fold 5 with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 gets better battery life, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, you'll probably still get a little bit better battery life on your iPhone 15 Pro Max. To continue on with that, gaming. Now, I talked about it being amazing to game on the huge display of the Z Fold 5, but there's some crazy games coming to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, such as Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, and a few other crazy, amazing third-party titles as well that I don't think the Android side is getting. Since this is a candy bar phone, you're probably gonna get a better experience in terms of not having to worry if it breaks so much. The Z Fold 5 has a lot of moving parts. It does have a new, better hinge and lighter design and a much better design and build than previous years, but at the same time, this is a really tried and true measure of build quality. So it's gonna be hard for anything. You could probably keep this for 10 years and it probably still would be fine physically. That might not be holding true for the Z Fold 5. If you're totally integrated into the Apple ecosystem, having the ability to still do iMessage and FaceTime and things like that, and have all the Apple stuff from all your Apple ecosystem. If you're in that, you're not gonna have that if you go to the Z Fold 5. If you stay with the 15 Pro Max, you will. So if that's a huge deal to you, it might be a no-brainer just to stick with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is probably an understated one, and that is resale value. iPhones generally keep their really good resale value as time goes on. They don't stay at 100% resale value, but for a pretty long while they stay there. And Android phones, Samsung as well, they will lose their retail value pretty quick. So if you are someone that likes to, get rid of your phone after a few months or 6 months or a year, you're probably gonna get better resale value on your iPhone. But remember, Samsung has amazing trade-in. So if you're gonna trade in like the Z Fold 5 or the Z Fold 6, Samsung will probably give you $1,000. They just had a trade-in value right now after the phone has been out for 2 months where they're giving up to $1,200 for certain trade-ins. So don't be completely thrown off that iPhone's gonna have better resale value. If you're selling on like the regular market, sure, this one will probably sell and keep its value better, but ultimately, you still get amazing trade-ins if you go Samsung to Samsung. You could also talk about performance. The iPhone is still, right now, at the time of making this video, will be the best performing device in gaming and all that stuff, but there's rumors that it overheats, or it doesn't overheat, but it gets pretty hot temperature-wise, so keep that in mind. But yeah, both phones are amazing. I would personally prefer the Galaxy Z Fold 5. It's just such a different device. I would recommend at least trying it. If you've tried an iPhone before, the 15 Pro Max will not feel all that different than anything else. This is a truly revolutionary, amazing, fun device. So I recommend at least giving this a try. Buy it from Samsung, and I'll link it down below. And if you do, the cool thing is you don't like it, return it within 2 weeks, before 2 weeks, and you can get all your money back. You're not charged any fees at all, and it's just a really cool, fun device. So try the Galaxy Z Fold 5. iPhone 15 Pro Max is like a very safe bet to get, but I personally find the iPhone's boring. Try something new, and you might be completely blown away. I feel like the more people that switch from iPhone to Galaxy or iPhone to Android are very excited and happy with that decision. Not everybody, but a lot more people. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road.